Hey guys, thank you for watching my video. I wanted to do an update on July for the Pittsburgh Penguins and kind of what they've been up to for the last month. I had my predictions for free agency. A lot of the players that I thought were going to walk did walk. We did resign Marcel Gottsch, which I think is a great deal. We got him for 1 year. I want to say it was 1.2 million, which I really like that one because he's so good on faceoffs. And if Sutter does resign because he's an RFA. We're going to have Crosby, Malkin, Sutter, Gotch. That is arguably the best we've had the face-off situation since the Crosby, Malkin, Stahl Big Three era back just 2 years ago. Also, we picked up Christian Ehrhoff, which I like. 1 year, $4 million. We got Steve Downey for a year, one year, $1 million. So overall, on the moves that Mr. Jim Rutherford made, I gotta say he did a really good job. I got to give him a solid B. We'll see how some of these deals pan out. It could go either way. Another thing I want to talk about is I was completely surprised on free agency day how much some of these ex-Penguins were end up making. And you know what? Because a lot of them serve Pittsburgh very well, I'm very happy that all these guys got such good money. We all knew Matt Niskanen was going to make a killing, and he did. He got about just shy of, or just over $40 million for, I believe, 7 years. It could be 5. Oh, yeah, 7 years. Brooks Orpik, longtime Pittsburgh Penguin, over 700 games in the organization, the longest of any defenseman in Pittsburgh. Also got a big payday from the Washington Capitals. So Orpik and Niskanen are heading down to D.C. to play with Ovi and Backstrom. I think that's going to help them. I do think they overpaid for Orpik, but I will say that Orpik is great character guy, and he definitely has a lot of leadership skills. And I think if they're trying to change the culture in Washington, I think that's a great guy to have, especially in the locker room. Niskanen will help them a little more on the ice. He led defensemen in plus minus last year. Great power play guy, very responsible with the puck. With assistant coach Todd Reardon getting fired when Bilesman and the rest of the assistants got fired. He went down to Washington, and I think that had something to do with it because Matt Niskanen was almost buried down in Dallas because of bad coaching or coaching that didn't know how to use him properly. So it was very smart to go to a coaching, not just for money, but go to their coaching system that works for you, and it's going to utilize Matt Niskanen. Derek England got a huge payday. I forget what the average is, but over 3 years he'd be making about $8.7 or $8.9 million. That's a lot for a guy like Derek England. But still, I gotta imagine he's a pretty good player. I mean, he's much more responsible with the puck. He can play the fourth line role, but I do feel they overpaid for him. A few other guys got good deals. Joe Vitale, 3 years, 1.1 with the Coyotes. I think he's going to fit right in there with Don Maloney and Dave Tippett. Their whole system that they have, their structure. Another Penguins update for you. Sidney Crosby likely to have orthoscopic surgery on his wrist. That wrist probably affected him in the playoffs, but Crosby is not the type of guy to make excuses. It's a shame, too, because you think the Crosby hater group out there, the people that like to criticize him about everything, oh, he's going to use this as an excuse. He could have easily used an excuse as soon as the playoffs were over, but he adamantly denied that he was hurt and whatnot. So he's not using it as an excuse, and he's likely to not miss any time. He should be ready for training camp and all that good stuff. So that's good news. I definitely like what's going on in Pittsburgh. Hopefully we get Sutter and Nick Spaulding re-signed. I know Spaulding is going to arbitration, but Brandon Sutter is not. So hopefully they can get Brandon Sutter a 2 or 3 or maybe even more of a deal, and then we'll see what happens with Spaulding. Because if Spaulding walks or we have to trade him, it's going to look bad on the James Neal trade that happened on draft day. So we'll see what happens with that. So anyways, guys, that's just the July update right now for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Leave me your comments and thoughts below. Please get back at me on Twitter, Rush Ledger. I definitely respond to everything. I'm all about trying to give the few people that are watching my videos what they want. So if you have a suggestion for gaming or Pittsburgh Penguin or hockey, please hit me up. Have a great